Hey everybody, what's up? Jester here. Welcome to a very special episode. Immersive Revolution Rebirth. I managed to get my hands on the update. That's right. Create 6. This is that big update. So we now have the chain conveyors. Such excitement. But on top of that, last episode, like there's other things that are going on, right? In this whole thing. Last episode, we got to the mining dimension. Now, why is that important? Why is that important? And I'm going to show you. We have our favorite little contraptions, right? This is that little mining contraption that I have. Are you broken? Let's find out. Because before, this is why it might be broken. Place you down. Before, these chests didn't work with sophisticated storage and things of that nature. So now we open it up. We can see we now have our upgrades, right? We look at it now. Create 6 brings this to where this is now a contraption. But with it being a contraption, we have access to all the sophisticated storage upgrades. So no longer do we have to go and put giant vaults and all of these mass quantity of things like chests, right? You could take one chest, one simple chest, and you can go through. Now, granted, it'll hold up to 16,000, so it's going to get more than that, depending on how much you mine. But we have the stock upgrades, and we can take this a step further. We got all that netherite last time that multiplies by 32, so that'll make that even more. But for the sake of this conversation here, we don't need that. I have in here the advanced compacting upgrade, which is fine. What that does is it will take and it will compact like coal into block of coal. Now there are things, I'll go ahead and show you because this is my mining bag. There are things, raw gold, raw copper, and raw iron will turn into their brick variant like this, right? The problem with these is as you'll see, 1 raw brick, which is 4 raw blocks, becomes 9 iron. So if you're going to use this, make sure you put this stuff in here. Haven't figured out what all that works with, but we're in the process. Also, it's similar to with nether quartz. If nether quartz becomes the block of quartz, oh, this is new. I stand corrected, unless that's added by... No, never mind. I stand corrected. So there. Look at that. That's very cool. We're going to go ahead and save that. See, I'm learning new stuff. Like I've always known that once it becomes quartz blocks, it doesn't go back. But that's not the case anymore. Fantastic. Now my personal opinion is I love these things and I could just let them go, but you have to babysit them. So if you're going to go, make something with a seat, right? And you can go have your lunch. You can do whatever it is that you're going to do. And you just AFK. Because you can see I've got a little bit of a tunnel. I was playing around with the new netherite, the destructor hammer. Anyhow, so what else do we have? This new update. We have, remember this thing? We were fighting with this last time. We now have what the crap? We now have an upgrade for it. The infernal mechanism. Ooh, what are you? Ember alloy. The voice was heard. We can now craft this. Ember alloy is smoked planks. Interesting. Blaze powder, cinder flower. Smoked planks is stripped smoke log. Okay. So is this a new tree? Yeah. A create desires tree. Fantastic. So if we look up sales, the problem we had with the sales was in the center. Smoking sale was, and it was all stemmed from the rubber, right? Well, we couldn't get sap. Sap was the problem. Well, now the voices have been heard. You take some wood, you heat it up, and you get sap. So we now have a way to make sap. We can have the entire process going through, and we can make those sales. Fantastic. Now, some of the other upgrades, I don't think you understand how massive this update is. Steam and Rails, Steam powered, has been removed altogether. Dreams and Desires has been downgraded. Make sure you go and check and see what stuff Dreams and Desires impacts. Again, that's stuff like these sales, right? Dreams and Desires. It's got all of these, the scaffolding, some of the other stuff. There's a bunch of other blocks. There's some decorative stuff. So make sure you check your base to see what's up with that. There are a couple quest updates, nothing major. There will be a full changelog. I'm fairly confident. Mods added. Guide ME. Oh, okay. Sophisticated backpack, sophisticated storage, create integration. Vanilla backport. Does this mean we have all the pale stuff? We have all the pale stuff from the latest version. Fantastic. What's platform? I don't know what platform is. You must be a library mod. Create escalated. We have escalators. I don't know how I feel about this. He showed this to me in Discord, and I don't know how I feel. So is this moving walkways? So you can make an airport. You can now make your own little airport. You have moving walkways. Or you can make your own gymnasium. You know, you have an escalator to get to the front door. If you understand that joke, you understand that joke. So that's kind of cool, especially if you're on a server. You have a bunch of people. Moving walkways. Wonderful. And then Dreams and Desires was upgraded to 6. On top of that, there are a ton of mods that got updated. A ton of them. So this is much excite. This is much excite. Yes, we're finally going through and cooking along. But you know what else this means? Like, you're sitting here, right? You're sitting here doing your stuff. Crap, I need to look in the chest. You can. There we go. Like, okay, perfect example. Cobbled deep slate becomes deep slate tiles because of the way that they stack. So what you would do is you set that in there, right? And now it won't do that anymore. They'll probably do the same with sand. Turn it to sandstone. You don't want to do that. You don't want it to do that. So as you're getting started, you're definitely going to want to take a look and see how things are compacting to make sure that you're not getting stuff like deep slate tiles. Because let's be realistic, you can't downcraft. Is that a word? It is now. It is now. Raw lead. Like, see, tough bricks. Gonna take tough, put you in there. Fantastic. So yeah, that could pose a problem. Like when I go out mining, I've got my dank, and then it just picks up all the other blocks. I don't worry about it, so my backpack can pick up the rest. Like realistically, if you have a setup like this, right, you can set something up to where you just sit like right up next to it. You have a magnet. It picks up all the things, and it either drops it in your dank or drops it in your backpack. Or you just set up something like this where it just goes to town. You have plenty of stack upgrades. And remember, netherite, if you saw last episode, you know how easy netherite is to get. So how cool is that? The update for Create 6 will be here soon. If memory serves at the time of this recording, it's simply just waiting for CurseForge to approve the most recent update. So who knows? By the time you see this, it's already out. It's already ready to rock and roll, and you can go and do crazy things. Now, I have to get to work. We're gonna start working on episode 11. So take care. I'll see you next time.